You're watching Forget Being Cool.
You didn't play it, you sorry.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Hi, Keith. We got Game Pass.
Yes, we do.
We pick games. We play them that are available on Game Pass. You picked a game. And I'm just going to be straight up honest with you right now.
You didn't play it, you sorry.
I did play it, and I didn't like it. There's aspects of this that I am impressed and enjoy. I like the cutscenes. We played Shadow Complex Remastered, if anybody's curious. It's in the title.
Yes.
You already saw it, you know.
Shadow Complex Remastered, we played it on Xbox One. So the original Shadow Complex was an Xbox Live Arcade game back, I forget when exactly. Let's just say 2007 or 8.
It's also available in the Microsoft Store as a 360 backwards compatible
game. And it's a Metroidvania style game with guns. So it's more of from an army perspective than like a Castlevania with whips and swords or anything like that. So, but it's a classic sort of Metroidvania, just in a more modern military setting. And back when it came out, it was before all these 10 million Metroidvania indie games were on the scene. So back then, it was actually a really big deal that a relatively big budget Metroidvania got made, when like not even Castlevania was getting made on like the big boy consoles. It was getting made on like Game Boy S. And it was a really good game back then. And then I don't know, I forget exactly. I guess maybe 3 years ago, they re-released it as remastered on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC. Gave it high-res graphics. You can play in 1080p on the consoles, and I think if on a PC, I think you can play. I don't know if you can play 2160, but I know you can play 1440.
Well, the game looks great.
Yeah,
it's a very cool. It's weird to see a game that's in this side-scrolling Metroidvania style game that looks like this. Like this looks like we were going for realism, kind of, and the guns are weird. Here's my problem, Keith.
Okay.
I keep run into this thing where like I keep jumping into a wall and then I don't climb up it quite right, and then I gotta go back a little bit and then try to climb up this wall again, and then like go backwards through here to open this door to do this thing. I'm like,
that's how Metroidvanias are.
This is not my genre.
You get like hey, you have a map, whatever. You have your big square, and like up here, something that you can't get to until you get the rocket boots, or something like that. That's
until you get to here and watch this security footage of somebody being tortured.
Yeah, and you notice how they because they straight punch the girl in the jaw like twice, and they make the video go funky when it happens, like every time, because they know that that's not cool in this day and age.
No, it's not
cool in the 60s or anything either, but like, yeah, a little more backlash than they were expecting. But yeah, it's that's how those games are. And and look, you're not strictly backtracking all the time. It's usually more like you're going along a critical path for the most part.
But every
and then
time
there are things to backtrack and get and stuff like that.
But every time I got like in an air duct, I felt like I wasn't in control of the guy. And maybe it's partially the weird 3D realism. Like I'm in a 3D space, but I can only run on this vertical plane. Like maybe it's an illusion in my head, and this is just me. I'm a crazy, crazy person who doesn't like games. People know this. But I don't know. I felt like I was missing jumps that I should not be missing, and I wasn't sure how to get through, like to climb through the ducts the right way. It all felt kind of clunky.
I've played the game multiple times, so I guess for me it just came back naturally. I mean, there are some times where you have to kind of, I guess, more double jump. Like it's more like you get to the edge of like a duct or whatever, and you kind of jump and you push off again and stuff like that, and you can jump like side to side and things of that nature. I don't have any problem with it, but then again, I've played the game essentially 3 times. Once back when it originally came out on 360, and I played the remaster on PlayStation 4 when it came out like 2 years ago.
How much of a remaster is this?
Well, it's just a graphical remaster. Everything else about it is exactly the same. I mean, it's just a graphics remaster.
Is that like the textures are updated and?
Oh yeah. I mean, when the game came out originally, it was I'm assuming it was 720p.
Because we played Fable. We played the Fable remaster, and that game still looked like garbage. This game, I would say this game looks really good.
What in the world is my cat into? No, I mean it's just a graphical remaster. It plays exactly the same. Like you can even kind of see it. Like when they have more like the cutscenes in the beginning, when like the girl and the guy are talking and stuff like that. They're not super nice looking models. Like it was not a.
No, they're not. They're not overly complicated, but they look nice. Like it's
it's a nice high, like the way like an old game, like an old Wii game or something that you run on like Dolphin, where it's not super advanced like facial having a million polygons on it, but it looks nice and it looks clean, in that really nice up-res way.
And that nice way that it will hold up for a long time. Like it will continue to remain not looking old and bad. Like like these PS1 games that we're seeing these days. Anyway, tell me why you like this game so much, Keith. Tell me.
I loved Metroid growing up. Symphony of the Night is still one of my favorite games. Probably top 5 favorite games for me ever. As a matter of fact, the PlayStation 4 remake that they just did recently is nice. It's not perfect. There's people have some nitpicks, but it's very, very good. It's still, in my opinion, the best way to play it.
So do you think this game sits on that kind of that bar? Like, or do you think
it's not on a Metroid, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night bar, but it's good. It's a very good short game. It's not like overly hard unless you make it overly hard.
I played on casual because
it's not like a super difficult, and it's not super long, but it's good. And especially at the time that it came out, it was very good because, like I said, all these Metroidvanias that are out now where you can't take a step without tripping over 3 of them, the way that they basically Metroidvania is the indie game of choice. Now they're just everywhere. But when this came out, it was a big deal. They, Epic made this game, and the people that the developer within Epic, Chair, they make some of the biggest mobile games in the world now. But
did this game come out on mobile? It seemed like feels like it should have.
They didn't.
No,
they didn't. And they, I was hoping they were going to make a second version of it after they did the remake, and hopefully that made some more money. And they're like, okay, we're going to be working on part 2, but they've never announced it. But I like the game. It's not perfect. Like, games like Ori and stuff like that I think are better. And obviously they also came out, 8 years later. They had time to make changes and things like Hollow Knight and stuff like that. But it's, especially for its time, was, in my opinion, very good.
So worth playing now?
Yeah, I still think it's worth playing.
It's free on Game Pass. Free with Game Pass. We know this is complicated. You pay for Game Pass, but it makes it free. It's kind of like how it's free to watch on Netflix. It's free for us. Anyway, guys, we have Game Pass. I liked it. I think Keith likes it a lot more, but it's not great.
It was very good. It's not. I would say it's not great. It was very good, especially for its time.
It's definitely if you need a game to play, this is worth giving a shot. Because if this is your genre, I think this will actually. I don't know. It'll feel kind of fresh because it's not like those indie games.
If it's your first time playing it, and you're playing on normal or casual, to beat the game all the way through probably takes 8 to 10 hours at the max, and that's on your first playthrough. If you know what you're doing, you can get through it quicker, but it's I enjoy it. Go play Shadow Complex.
Shadow Complex Remastered, available on Xbox One Game Pass. Guys, this has been We Have Game Pass. I'm Dave Moore. That's Keith Dahl. We'll see you guys next week.
For more great discussions, hit that subscribe button or visit forgetbeingcool.com.